Well, here we are, episode 2 of Train Sim World 4. This time, instead of doing basic training stuff, we are actually going to do some real missions. So, to the trains, your collection. Train Depot, pick a train, or choose a route. Or quick play, jump straight in. Let's see what happens when we go to choose a route. Because I'm sure we can still do the missions from here. We got the training center, Antelope Valley, East Coast Mainline Peterborough to Doncaster, and then in Germany, the S-Bahn Vorarlberg. Oh, this is Austria. Take the train to Austria, spanning cross-border, the busy Vorarlberg S-Bahn line shuttles from quaint German island life to the foothills of the Austrian Alps. So I was right, this isn't Germany. Sorta. All new and bustling OBB traffic awaits in Train Sim World 4. That sounds like fun, but we are going to start here on Metrolink. Run to the hills and experience the hefty power of modern American diesel. Tackle the tough terrain of California canyons with the Antelope Valley line between the sprawling Los Angeles cityscape and desert brushes of Lancaster and almighty Metrolink traction. West Coast rails are yours to explore in Train Sim World 4. Let's see, timetable, jump into a lifelike timetable, scenarios, take predetermined tasks around. Hey, let's do a scenario. It seems that we have 5 here, and we'll check out what timetable is some other time. We'll start from top to bottom, doing Confair first. It looks like this will take about 1 hour, so let's jump right into it. One of the things I found interesting that I was looking forward to doing here was actually driving the locomotive that we saw there, an F-125. Good evening. Tonight we've been tasked with a very important job. A prisoner is being transferred to Los Angeles. What? 3 methods have been chosen for transport, though of course only one of the methods will be used. Due to the nature of this job, no one knows which of the 3 methods of transportation will be carrying the prisoner. Our job is to take our train from here at Lancaster and to head down the rails towards LA. Oh god, he's probably going to cause a prison break. Blow up our train. Alright, well, we might as well get this out of the way. Set the reverser to forward. Kind of dark in here, I can't really see. Alright, looks like we got that out of the way. Load passengers. Left doors unlocked. We want the right doors unlocked, actually. Whoop. I didn't mean to do that. Let's get the brakes off if we can. Are we loading our passengers? I can't tell if the doors are unlocked. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened earlier. I know I hit the right button. I know we also unlocked the left doors by accident, but the doors on this platform should have opened earlier. Looks like we're finally making some progress, though. Let's go back to the front here to examine our engine. The F-125. It's kind of hard to do so with all this darkness. But this is a pretty cool shot, too. I like this. Yeah, we can't be carrying the prisoner. Otherwise, why would they be letting passengers onto the train? I mean, could you just imagine a bunch of guards with a prisoner sitting on one of these cars with rifles? I'd be like, do not come near us or we will shoot you. Alright, let's wait for the doors to close all the way and then we should be ready to go. Alright. Everybody's aboard, so we should set off at line speed towards LA. Just a reminder that we are not to exceed speed limits, and we should keep a very close eye on the track ahead in case we get sussed out. Release the automatic brakes. I could have sworn all the brakes. I hit L1. I knew that L1 was the way to, let's turn that off. L1, based off the previous episode we did when we were doing our training, was the way to get the brakes off. I know I hit L1. I could have sworn I already got the brakes off, but at least we are now underway. How many cars are we hauling here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I guess that's it. 4. These things I've heard a lot of people complain about, but it seems okay to me. This is actually a cab car bringing up the rear of our train, which a lot of railroads have done before. It's not new. And we got to go via Palmdale Track 1. We got 7 miles to get there, but thankfully we do not have to stop. And it would appear that the speed limit, I can't tell if it's exactly 40 or directly below 40, but it looks like the line on the speedometer with the red and white circle is more or less set to like 39 or some other speed under 40. I don't like, though, how every time you honk the horn on a modern locomotive like this, I think only passenger railroads do this, the bell turns on automatically. It's just unnecessary. Now it would appear that the speed limit has increased. It looks like it is set for 79 miles an hour. Why don't we go up to 4 just so we can get a little bit faster. Hang on, I gotta see now. What would happen if we tried keeping this off while blowing the horn? That worked. That went really well. It's military time, of course, so it's 9 p.m. Sky's not going to turn bright anytime soon. Though that would be nice. It would be easier. Broad daylight. We wouldn't have to worry about these so-called lights ruining our vision. I could actually see fine without them, actually. See? I know it's kind of dark, but totally fine. I know what I'm doing. Still, this looks pretty cool. I mean, I like this view we got of our engine here. This will make for a pretty good screenshot if I knew how to do that. Well, actually, I think I do. You got to hit the share button, but I'm recording a video right now. I don't want to risk ruining that recording. Or any other railroad cross? Hey, look at that. We got a full moon. No, I turned you off for a reason. I wonder though, oh, we got to push down on L3 because I was trying to get a closer view of the moon, but every time we push down on L3, it doesn't look like it wants us to do that. I decreased the throttle from 5 to 4. Looks like we increased speed a little bit. We're at 75 miles an hour. If we get to 78, I'm going to decrease it to 3, and then hopefully we should be able to not exceed the speed limit. The horn seems to be... Wait a minute, did I might have hit L2 by accident. I heard the brakes hissing, but I hit L1. We seem to be okay. Alright, now we're down to throttle 3, like I said we would be at. I hear the prime mover giving itself a bit of a break. We're just about 1 mile slower than the speed limit. And we got some extra points for actually following the speed limit too. We've got less than 2 miles to go. We are actually at the speed limit of 79 miles an hour. We'll decrease to throttle 2 if we get to 80. Okay, yeah. We still got a little bit of points for going over the speed limit, though. Not too bad. At least we're not losing points. Losing points would be terrible. I've done enough of that in the computer version of Train Simulator, but they're a lot more strict about it. Like, if you go like 1 mile over the speed limit like what we're doing right now, then they would instantly start decreasing points over and over again. You'd probably lose like 2 points per second. At least now we're getting more points for being under the speed limit. Oh. The bell was making a weird noise earlier. I can't get it to do it anymore. What does it say here? For some reason that... Okay, now we're at 76. Because for some reason, the speedometer on the bottom right said that we were at 75, while the computer screen here said 76. It's doing that again. We still got 76 on the bottom right corner there, while the computer screen here says 77. Make up your mind. Map not available? Why do we lose internet connection? This is going to be like the train version of Airplane. We're screwed. Uh-oh. Now we're going to want to put on the brakes. Automatic brake, minimum application. Where's a light when you need one? That we don't want the visor. What do you have to do to put a light on in here? Okay, no, that's something to reset. We don't want to do that. We'll probably destroy the engine. Head-end power distribution, door, window. Automatic brake, that's already been released, and we're losing too much power, or we're losing too much speed again. You would think there would be a light switch in here. I mean, how do you expect the engineer to see what the hell he's doing? This view is pretty cool too. I like that. Especially some of the cars. Let's go look at some of the cars here. Just for the sake of, okay, never mind. We can't. Well, that was kind of weird, though. I don't like how the speed limit changed from, like, 80 to 50 and then back to 80. What is Metrolink trying to do here? Well, that overpass just reminded me of GTA 5. I think there's an overpass exactly like that in that game. Do correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't played GTA 5 in a while. But you know, there was actually another YouTuber. I believe his name is Jeff Favignano. I saw him doing some gameplay like this for Train Sim World, where he was driving a passenger train on Caltrain, another California rail line. And that actually has my favorite locomotive of all time, the F40PH. Now, mind you, I like the Amtrak livery better, but what they've got on Caltrain looks pretty good. And they've lasted longer than Amtrak, too. I believe Caltrain still has their F40PHs, while Amtrak operated theirs from 1976 to 2002. If you don't include the MPCUs, the non-powered control units. There are several MPCUs that still exist on Amtrak. There's basically F40PHs without the prime mover, which is kind of unfortunate, but at least they still serve a purpose. They're kind of like cab cars in a way, but they also have a door for handling baggage. But it'd actually be cool to see them on the Northeast Corridor. You know, you put them on the rear of a train being pulled by an ACS-64. That would be nice. We're probably going up that grade now, Vincent grade. We got throttle 5. We're not increasing speed, but we're also not decreasing as well, thankfully. We don't necessarily want to go faster. I mean, we are pretty close to the speed limit, but we also don't want to go too slow either. I mean, there's no time limit, but all the same, I want to try and get this done as quickly as possible. just so we don't have to worry about late penalties. There may not be any, but I don't want to take any risks. Did you see that, engineer? I was sure I saw a few people close to the track. I'm hoping they were in my imagination, because if not, we might have been sussed out. What the hell does that mean? Sussed out? You mean like people told us that we're carrying the prisoner? Alright, we must be going downhill now, because we just closed the throttle and we're still increasing speed. Let's wait till we get to 55 before we hit the brakes. And then we won't decrease speed until driving significantly over... Well, we still got some points, so screw you. Let's wait till we get down to 52, and then we'll release the brakes. I added some more just to be safe, because I saw we also increased speed a little bit. Well, hey, at least it's not taking points away from us. It would be nice, though, if there was, like, some way for you to know, like, oh, we can release the brakes now, because speed limit has increased back to what I'm going to assume is 75. Here's the good thing about going downhill, though. We don't have to do anything. Save energy for the locomotive, let the diesel fuel idle, and not waste any. We only have 4 passenger cars anyway, so it's not like we have a heavy train. We'll just gradually coast to where we need to be. Then if we have to increase the throttle, we will, but I doubt that will happen. How long is this downhill section anyway? Because like I was saying, it would be cool if we had, like, a better heads up on when or where the grades are when we arrive at them. Let's try and get down to... What's that? I think that's probably 50. What does the computer say here? 95. That's not helpful. %65 braking power now. It looks like we're doing a better job of braking. By the time we get under 60, we will not entirely release the brakes, just gradually. Just gradually. Alright. That's good. That is good. We're increasing speed again, but I'm pretty sure this grade has to stop at some point. I mean, it looks pretty straight anyway. I'm going to double check just to be safe, because if we have any sharp curves, then we'll put the brakes back on. And who knows, maybe it'll go back to 80. We got 16 miles to go until we hit our next destination. Or objective, I should say. Seriously, why would the speed limit be so slow on here? I mean, it's all straight. I see something there. It's just a truck. All right. I just heard a dog barking. Good thing I'm wearing headphones. Otherwise, that would have scared my dog Spartacus. All right. We're doing good. Ooh, what was that? Kind of sounded like our train stopped or something, like when we released the brakes. Like, oh, we're dead. Well, the brakes are gone. We're still increasing speed. Not by much, though. Maybe this is where the downhill section ends. We've got to keep an eye on the right side of the tracks here and see if there's like a speed limit sign or something. Or maybe a heads up on what the grade's going to be. I couldn't read that. Let's put the brakes back on so we can go under 70. I'm feeling pretty confident about this, though. Let's just move the camera away from here so you can have an easier time hearing me. I'm feeling pretty confident about this, though. Like, we're using less brakes. Our speed's more or less pretty stable. I still couldn't read that. Let's decrease it a little bit here, see what happens. Man, it's really quiet now. I guess the brakes have their own generator or something. Imagine if you needed another diesel engine to power the brakes. Some of these weeds, though, I'm a little surprised by how tall they are while they stand on the train tracks. It's kind of odd, if you ask me. This is nice, though. I like this. I was considering buying a few more routes, obviously, because, you know, there's only 3 that come with this game. But the fact that they cost a lot of money, you know, it's like some of the routes cost like $29 or $39. Kind of makes you wonder. I heard you. It kind of makes you wonder, though. I mean, there must be a lot of scenarios for them, otherwise they wouldn't cost so much. Or maybe because it's also being like the extra graphics as opposed to like the computer game too. I feel like the graphics here are better than what Dovetail did in their other computer game. There goes the brake generator again. Oh, thank God, that was just the objective mark. I thought a deer was running across the tracks. That would be terrible if they put that in here. Yeah, like random deer running across. It would... Back to Grand Theft Auto 5. Imagine if it allowed you to run over animals. That'll be funny if a message popped up. It's like, well, I guess it's coyote for dinner. Or if they did a few other Grand Theft Auto references, I'd really be amused by that. I like the sound it makes too when you blow on the actual horn. Oh, it's a button, that's why. Alright. Once again, we're going to apply the brakes. I'll think it. We're super elevated. For a second, I thought we were about to go off the tracks, but the curves that we just traveled upon are super elevated, which means we are supposed to be leaning like this. Everything is okay. Amtrak does this on the Northeast Corridor. I think New Jersey Transit also does this on a few of their routes. Super elevated curves are your friend. 45 to 30, okay. So I guess the speed limit's decreasing again. X, I assume we're getting towards another crossing. Oh, look at that. That's a nice little village there. Looks like something out of the Wild West. Maybe it's a theme park. There's something like that in Dollywood, Tennessee. The town's actually called Pigeon Forge. But I had a good time there back in March. Whoop. No. I meant to do this. Come on. There we go. I had to hit L2 like 6 times. Let's go back to the cab car. I haven't really seen that in a while. Hey, this looks pretty good. I like this. Maybe it is getting lighter out, because I feel like I had a harder time looking at this thing earlier. Now, it looks like it's easier to examine. It's not bad. I imagine some people don't like it because of the way it's shaped. They're like, oh, this is ugly. But this kind of reminds me of a Genesis, but with extra seats for passengers. I mean, a lot of people like the Genesis. I mean, I know it's the engine that got rid of the F40 on Amtrak, but they're still pretty good locomotives. I especially like the ones that they run in New York. Those are unique. They're actually called DM, or dual mode for short. The P32 ACDM has the ability to run on either diesel or electricity. And the electric power that these engines can do is third rail. This view's pretty cool too. I like how the lights look from here as well. Especially the one there on the ground from the passenger car. Driving significantly over speed limit, huh? I think we're only like 1 mile over the speed limit. We got the brakes set to 23%. We're not increasing, so as far as I'm concerned, we are fine. If we were doing like 39 instead of 29, then it would be significantly over speed limit. Oh. No, 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 no. There we go. There's another bush again. It would be interesting though if you went down one of those grades, like say 0.4%, judging by how many, judging by the weight of our cars, where we don't increase speed or we don't decrease speed. It's just you stay exactly at 30 or 31, or in this case 38. Let's see if we can drop down to 37. This time I got the automatic brakes set to 25. Or if you look at the speedometer there, it says 26. And it looks like the speed limit will increase for us again. This time, it's saying it's going back to 35. Imagine being up in one of these canyons and you got a nice view of the passenger train. That would be cool. Someone's got their lights on over there too. Only several more miles to go now. Track is still basically straight. I really do not know why we have to go this slow. I kind of feel like Jeremy Clarkson when he's complaining about the roads in the desert. He's like, what are we going to hit? Thankfully, I see we got a faster speed limit. 44. 80 was a lot more reasonable, though. I'd like to get back up there, but they must have it this slow for a reason. Yeah. Going under another overpass here. Pretty cool. Decreasing to 34. Let's put on our brakes so we don't get it thrown off this curve here. I bet you the next curve's probably going to be sharper. Let's see if we can go under 50. It's not too bad. We probably could have been fine if we went a little faster. Let's put on a little bit more braking power. Oh, I get to hear some birds too. Very nice. I like what the sound department did on their part. Good sound effects. You know, one thing, though, I'm kind of surprised we haven't encountered another train. Maybe all the trains going in the opposite direction, away from Los Angeles, finished all their runs already, and we're the very last train that's required to go to Los Angeles. Though, if I also remember, Metrolink shares some of its rails with BNSF and Union Pacific. Maybe there's a freight that'll pop up. If we're lucky. I mean, we don't want to be delayed, obviously, but it would still be cool to see another train passing us on one of these tracks. Hey, now we're getting somewhere. Our next speed limit will be 55. Ooh, 75. All right. I guess we'll release the brakes, but not just yet. Actually, we may not need brakes. If the train actually does get flatter like it did earlier. No, we went back up to 58. Ah, well. At least we don't have to worry about losing points for going over 55. It looks like that blue line past the 79 and the top right there indicates where our objective is. But thankfully, again, we don't have to stop. We just got to get there, and then it'll tell us what to do next. Alright, camera can't go any higher. I'm pointing it up here to try and go higher, but looks like it won't let us. $55, we better start braking again. I gotta see if there's a way to ring the bell without blowing the horn. No wonder our passenger train's only 4 cars long. Shorter train, and we'll make the motorists have a less time to wait. Alright, we should be fine here. If we do go increasing our speed, it shouldn't be by much. We'll still be at a respectable amount of respect the 55 mile an hour speed limit. And then we can let it coast back up to 70 and continue on from there. But what's this? It looks like we have a yellow signal for a change. There, again, more people close to the tracks. I definitely wasn't imagining those people. Something isn't right here. Well, I get that we're not required to stop at that station, but maybe those people are rail fans? You never know. I mean, I was at the Bolingbroke train station and nobody assumed I was trying to break any prisoners out of the train. We got something glowing there. Oh, there's that yellow signal I mentioned earlier. Something must not be right. Maybe the conductor's not pulling our leg. We're going to keep it safe and try and keep it under 60. Someone's flying an airplane out here. But this way, if our signal is red, then we'll at least be at a slower speed and we'll be able to stop faster. That's generally what a yellow signal means. The red signal might be coming up next. I was just goofing around there. I didn't think there was actually going to be a crossing there. I think we have almost certainly been sussed out. Bring us into Santa Clarita and to a stop. In the meantime, I'll contact dispatch and... I didn't get to read the whole thing. Well, now we're required to stop. Let's release the brakes so we don't stop too soon. And we got 1.5 miles to go. And then we'll stop at Santa Clarita. Is the conductor a teenager, though? Why does he keep saying sussed out like this is an Among Us session? That's like the weirdest thing ever. I mean, a grown man shouldn't be saying, oh, we're sus. Unless it's a YouTube poop. Then I'll make an exception. I don't know why. I just felt necessary to do that. It was getting too hot in here. Oh, there's somebody else here. Maybe that's our character. I can't tell. Sorry for yawning. A train generally does require 2 people to be in the cab, so I'm not sure if that's our character or somebody else sitting there. Oh, crap. We probably should have put on the brakes too soon. Or sooner. We probably did put the brakes on soon enough, is what I meant to say. Come on! Slow down! Now imagine there were more curves though, and it allowed us to buy more time to stop at this spot. Alright. I think we got it, actually. I think we got it. Maybe we did put on the brakes too soon. I know I said that by accident, but... we'll see. Yeah, these guys are just passengers. They're not doing anything wrong. Look, they're even looking at our train. They're like, oh, it's the F-125. They like us. We're not enemies to them. Alright, not quite exactly where I wanted us to stop, but close enough. We are to offload the prison staff and police here. Onward transport has been arranged from here to LA. Aha! So we did have the prisoner. Where is he, though? I gotta see, what car is he in? Or maybe they didn't put him in here. $22:01. Okay, so we're actually 10 minutes early. I'm not seeing anyone get off the train, so maybe the police came up with a new disguise so that they couldn't find the prisoner. They've gone invisible. Well, again, that camouflage is pretty significant. This guy looks like he's... Dovetail Games backpack. How about that? I'm pretty sure a terrorist that wanted to break a prisoner out of a train would not carry a Dovetail Games backpack. But again, there are other people here. But again, they all look pretty chill. I mean, we were required to stop here, so anything's possible. Wait until 22:01. All right. Well, I guess I can go check on my dog, since we have 9 minutes until it's time for us to leave. Then we'll continue on from there.